Hello everyone. I hope I'm audible. Hello everyone. Hello guys. Quickly tell me, am I audible? Great, I am audible. So, first of all, good evening everyone. Welcome to the day 2 of this amazing bootcamp in which we are going to learn about more about Agentic AI. So, we will begin the session within 4 to 5 minutes, okay, so that everyone can join. Till then, if anyone of you have any kind of doubt, you can ask in the chat regarding yesterday's session or any general doubt as well. And myself Lakshya Sachdeva, and I'm your mentor for this 5 day boot camp. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So, if anyone of you have any kind of doubt till now for regarding the boot camp or any general doubt, you can ask me, and we will begin the session in 4 to 5 minutes so that everyone can join. Yes, I will surely go through a quick recap of yesterday's session, so don't worry. Yeah, if by any chance if you have missed yesterday's class, don't worry. Just attend the rest of the 4 lectures and mark the attendance, okay? If any one of you have missed yesterday's lecture, don't worry. Attend the rest of the 4 lectures and mark your attendance regularly. Yes, the recording is there on YouTube, DevTown's YouTube channel. You can just go through the recording if you have missed the lecture. Anything else, guys? Any other kind of doubt or something? Good evening, Harish. So, in today's lecture, we are going to make a basic level chatbot. Okay, then in tomorrow's lecture, we will be like seeing how can we deep dive into our project, the proper uh, graph-based chatbot and all. Yeah, sure. We will just go and see how we set up our VS Code. Okay. Yeah. So in today's lecture, we will be seeing how to make a basic chatbot with the help of Langgraph, with the help of like making all the graph setup and all. So today's session will not be a theoretical session. It will be a proper coding part. So if any one of you, like if you guys are interested, you can code side by side as well. We are going to use all the free APIs, so don't worry about any kind of charge or something. You guys will not be charged anything because we are going to use free APIs only. And yes, if you want to like go for production level and something, you can shift to paid APIs. But because we are like making a project, beginner level project and like something, so we are going with the free APIs only. Sir, for me, Python minus M, can you please tell me, Satvik, which system you are working with? Like you are on Mac or Windows or something? And if it's not working somehow, you can just go and see the documentation of Python as well if you are having some kind of error or something. So we are not going to use OpenAI API key. We are not going to use OpenAI API key. Okay. I will tell you how are we going to access the LLMs. Hello everyone. Just 1 or 2 more minutes. And we will be starting the session in 1 or 2 minutes. So let's just wait for another minute. You are on Windows, okay. So have you okay. So you are writing the command I just lost your message. What was the command you were writing, Satvik? Can you please share on the chat again? Is there any need of installing Langgraph environment? Or it will be implemented by importing. It can be implemented by importing, as I have shown you yesterday. We just have to install the Langgraph library. Okay, nothing else. Yeah, I will show you the token usage as well. Don't worry. So we are going to do the setup again. So don't worry. I'm going to not. We are going to do the setup again. But yes, I'm going to show you how we have done the setup. And the setup is not very much necessary for today's lecture actually. So we are going to make one more folder for today's lecture. Satvik, have you added Python in your system path? Because it is important to add Python in your system path as well. Environment variables in Windows. Okay, so let's quickly begin with today's session now. It's already 7:07. So agentic AI applications in real life. So the example that we are right now making, it's a customer care bot, or like any project or anything which you need to be automated. Like let's say if you want to order something, okay, first you have to go to the site. Like if you have chosen that a specific thing, okay, then you have to go to that site. Then you have to search on the bar, like I want some kind of, let's say a burger, I want a burger. Like you are going to search burger, then you are adding to the cart, and then you are going to add to cart, and then you are going to pay. So you have to do all these steps manually, right? So what you can do, you can just make an automated flow for the whole process. Like you will just give a command, order and burger for me, and the AI agent will automatically go to the app, search for burger, add to the cart, and do the payment and everything. Okay, so this automated flow is where we are going to use agentic AI. Like mostly, like for making the things automated, we are going to use agentic AI. No, the agentic AI not only depends on chatbot; it can depend on any kind of flow. Agentic AI is that we are making the automation, we are making the automated flow, nothing else. The flow can be of anything, like any kind of tasks or chat. We are making the flow of chatbots, but you can make the flow of any kind of task, calling any APIs or doing any specific thing or anything. For certificates, you must attend all the sessions, and you must fill out the attendance form. And at the end of the bootcamp, there will be a mini project given to you guys. So you guys must do that mini project, and you will all will be eligible for the certificates then. Yeah, you can create a folder as well in which we are going to do all the stuff and all. Okay, let's quickly begin with the session now. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible, guys. Quickly tell me my screen is visible or not, please. The project that we are going to make is the chatbot, customer care bot, in which a user query, like whether it is a billing query or technical query or any feedback or something, it will be automatically directed to the particular agent, and the query will be resolved, and the output will be given to the user automatically. Like there is no human flow in between. So yes, this is what we did. Let's have a quick recap of yesterday's session. So this is all what we did in yesterday's session. First, we have seen the basic flow of our 5-day bootcamp. Day one, basic theory of agentic AI and setup for our project. So these all things we have done. Okay. Today, on day two, we are going to make a chatbot. Oh, sorry, I have written generative over here maybe. So we are going to make Agentic AI chatbot, and on day 3 we are going to make the project. We will start with the project. First, I am going to show how Agentic AI graph and everything works on a basic chatbot. Okay. Then we will be seeing how the Agentic AI flow goes with the project. Then on day 4, we will learn about tools such as Tavily tool and many more. And we will also make custom tools as well. And on day 5, we are going to deploy our project. And we are going to deploy the project as a fast API. Okay. We are going to deploy our project as a fast API. So this is a little about tools. So I'm not going to dive into the tool concept right now because we are going to cover it on day 4. So I will just skip this tool portion right now. So yes, we have started with what is LLM. So LLM is nothing but large language models. Okay, like the best example for LLM is ChatGPT. Okay, so in simple words, what we can say, there is a AI model which is trained on billions of parameters. Okay, so that like whenever the user give any kind of query or something, we will get the output based on the data it is trained on. Okay, so this is LLM, large language model. Then we have seen the basic difference between generative AI and agentic AI. Mhm. Yes. So then we have seen the difference between generative AI and agentic AI. So generative AI, from the word generative, we can clearly see the word generate over here, right? So what is generative AI? When we are going to generate any kind of text or images or videos or something, like we are generating something, so we call it generative AI. And agentic AI is agentic AI is used to maintain a flow, from the start till the end. Okay, from the start till the end, we are going to maintain a specific flow. That is what we call agentic AI. Then we have seen an example of generative AI, like we are giving some kind of text to the chatbot and we are getting some kind of output text. So we are generating the text. So this is generative AI. And in the agentic AI one, we have seen the flow, like from the user query is moving in the downward direction right now. So this is some kind of flow we have seen. This is agentic AI. Yes, Satvik, yes. So you must have not added Python in your system variables, environment variable, system environment variable. So just go on YouTube and you can check out how to install Python, and it will guide you completely how you can add it in your variables as well. Okay. So that's the error you are facing. Okay. Then we have seen the flow of our project. Like we will start from here. The user will send some kind of query, like the food was stale or there's some kind of billing issue or something. Okay. Then the user query will be sent to the interface bot. This is nothing, no interface, nothing. This is an AI agent over here. This is an AI agent over here. If Langgraph and Langchain are not installing via requirements.txt, you can just simply click on simply write pip install Langchain, pip install Langgraph. Okay. Yeah. So what I was saying, yes. So this interface is an AI agent. Okay. This interface is going to see whether the user query, whether the user query, this query of the user is a billing issue, a technical issue, or a feedback. Okay, this interface of mine is going to see whether the user query is a billing issue, a technical issue, or a feedback. So right now we can see this is a feedback. Okay, the food was stale. This is a feedback. So what my interface is going to do? My interface is going to send this query to the feedback LLM over here, or we can say feedback agent over here. What my interface is going to do, it is going to send the query to my feedback agent over here. Then after the problem is resolved in this feedback agent over here, the output will be released to the user. This end we can denote it as a user as well. Okay. So this was the basic flow of our project. Then we have seen the important terms in Agentic AI, like what are nodes, what are edges, and what are states. So nodes are nothing but all the, like, where all the tasks are done. Like this interface is a node, this billing is a node, technical is a node, feedback is a node. What are edges? Edges are nothing but when two nodes are connected together, we call it an edge. Okay. And what is state? Yes. So anyone of you want to tell me what is state? Anyone of you want to tell me what is state? The attendance link will be shared at the end of the session. So till then, please focus on this concept that we are discussing. Can anyone of you tell me what is state? We have discussed this state concept in previous lecture as well. Quickly, guys. State is like a memory carried forward from node to node. Yes. Track of information, right? Keep tracks of the data in every node. Yes. This type of query, okay, to see what are going on. It remembers the action, decide which task to perform. Okay. Okay. Great. So many of you remember what state is. So I will tell you once again. So yes, let's say this is my graph right now. State is a link to carry information from one node to another, keep track of all data at every node. User query state, track of data from each node. It is used for keeping updated and tracking of information to keep nodes up to date. Great, great, guys, great. So, what state is actually? So, state is like we have two types of information, right? One user query and the second one is rating. Okay, we let's say we have two types of information. The one is user query and the second one is rating. So, this interface node over here will require this query only. We don't need any kind of rating or something in this interface node. But in this billing node, we will be requiring both query and both rating. In this billing node, we will be requiring both query and the rating. So how can we keep track of the data? Like this is the user query, this is the rating of the user and everything. So we maintain a state over here. We maintain a state over here. We maintain a state over here which keeps track of all the user data so that each and every node can access that data. I hope this much is clear. Okay. Okay, this was it that this was all the theory that we did in yesterday's lecture. So let's move on. So right now I'm not going to explain the structure again because like we will not need this structure right now. We will be needing the structure in tomorrow's session basically. Right now I'm going to create one more folder with the name, let's say, chatbot. Okay, I am going to create one more folder with the name chatbot, and under that folder I am going to create a file bot.ipynb. Okay, I am going to create an ipynb notebook over here. I hope this much is clear, guys. If everything till now is clear, write clear in the chat. I have done nothing. This was my Agentic AI folder that I created in yesterday's session. These all of these folders like billing, feedback, interface, technical, all of these are empty. I have just created it, but we will not be going to use all of these folders and anything in today's session. We are going to use all of these things in tomorrow's session. Right now, I have just created a chatbot folder, and under the chatbot folder, I've created one more file that is bot.ipynb. So all the coding that we are going to do today will be coming under this bot.ipynb. And this is our virtual environment. I've already showed you how to create our virtual environment. So I'll show you once again. So I'll just quickly delete this. I will open one more terminal. So to create a virtual environment, we just have to write, if you are on Windows, you can write, okay, sorry, yes. If you are on Windows, you can write Python -m venv, okay. But right now I am on Mac, so I'm going to write Python 3 -m venv. And when I will press enter, it will create a virtual environment for me. I'm not going to create virtual environment right now because I already have one. So I am not going to create the virtual environment, but this is the technique like how you can create your own virtual environment. Then, sir, how to activate the virtual environment? So if you guys are on Windows, you can simply activate it using venv slash scripts slash activate. Okay, you can simply activate your virtual environment using venv slash scripts slash activate. But if you are and remember one more thing, guys, this scripts over here starts with a capital S, okay, not a small s. So remember this. And right now, as I am in Mac, so I'm going to use, so as you can see, my virtual environment is already activated over here. So I will first deactivate it. Oh, sorry. Yes. So right now, if I want to activate my virtual environment, I am going to write source venv slash bin slash activate. And as you can see, I have successfully enabled my virtual environment over here. Okay, so this was the first step. Then the second step is I have created a requirements.txt file, and under this requirements I have taken LangChain and Langgraph. Okay, you can also do one more thing. You can just simply write pip install LangChain space Langgraph and just press enter. Over here it shows requirement already satisfied. Why? Because I have already installed these two libraries in my virtual environment in yesterday's session. So that is why it's showing requirements already satisfied. But when you are going to install it for the first time, it will take approximately 30 seconds to 1 minute to install. Okay. I hope it's clear now. Then okay, so VNV is not recognized as an internal or external command operable program or batch file. I'm getting this. So your virtual environment is not, just a second. Yeah, this code from your session isn't working. So guys, if you are facing any issue with VS Code or something, you can just simply like reopen the VS Code once. Or if you're facing any issue with the virtual environment, just you can simply delete the environment and recreate one more virtual environment. Okay. And if you are not able to activate or something, then there must be some kind of error with like when you have installed Python or you have not properly added the Python to your system variables. Like there must be error somewhere there. So what you can do, you can just simply go and search for any video how to install Python on YouTube. Okay. Yes, you can do it on PyCharm as well. Now it is not like you have to do it on VS Code only. You can do it on PyCharm as well. Yeah. So moving forward, there is one more library that we are going to install now. That is ipykernel. Okay. So this is the library that we are going to install right now. ipykernel. So what is this library? First I will install it and then I will show you. Pip install -r requirements.txt. So as you can see, the ipykernel is quickly installed. Sir, why have you installed this ipykernel over here? Why have you installed this ipykernel over here? Because when I want to access the virtual environment, in my ipynb file, then I must install this ipykernel library. Okay. Now I will just click on the select kernel. I will just click on the select kernel. I will go to the Python environments, and yes, here you can see Python 3.13.7. This is the environment that I am using in my current folder. This is my virtual environment. Else it is also showing like I can use Python 3.11.6. This is the global environment and everything. Okay. And these are some other environments as well. So I'm going to use the VENV, that one, that which is recommended right over here, because it is the virtual environment which I'm using in my folder. So I'm going to select this. So as you can see, it quickly connects to my virtual environment. Now I will simply write print hello, and I will run this cell, and as you can see, it is showing hello over here. So this is how I have successfully connected with my virtual environment. I have successfully connected my IPYNB with the virtual environment. So the term pip is not recognized as a name of CM function script file or all of these errors are because like you have not added the pip or the Python in your system variable. So please, I will recommend you guys to, after this session, go on YouTube and see how can you install Python and like how to add Python in your system variables. Okay, all of these errors are because of that only. Yes, these commands are exactly same for Windows as well, like installing this uh, like wherever the command is different for Windows and Mac, I have told you guys, but the commands like pip install -r requirements.txt or like this activating the terminal and all of these commands are same for Windows and Mac both. Okay, so let's move on. So right now, some things are clear or not? Just quickly tell me if some of the things are clear or not. Quickly, guys. Can you increase the font size? I hope the font size is now better. I hope the font size is now better, guys. If everything till now is clear, please quickly write clear in the chat and we will start with the proper coding part, like how to build the chatbot now. Great. So let's move on. In the requirements file, I have written ipykernel, IPYKERNEL. Okay. And how to open terminal? You can just simply press Control Shift and negation key, or else you can just come over here and you can see terminal over here and just click on new terminal and the terminal will be opened. Okay. So yes, so the next step is I am going to add one more library over here, that is langchain dash grok. Okay, this is one more library that I am going to add over here, and I will quickly run the same line pip install -r requirements.txt, and it is as you can see successfully installed this langchain grok. Okay, so these are the libraries that we need right now. I hope this is clear. So the next step is, let's begin with the coding part. So I am going to, okay, one more library, that is python dash dot env. Yes, I will install this python dash dot env as well. Yes. So now I have to import some libraries, that is import os from dot env. I'm going to import load underscore dot env, and I'm going to write load underscore dot env. Yes. So now, sir, what is this dot env and what is this load underscore dot env? Sir, what is this dot env and what is this load underscore dot env? So as you guys know, in yesterday's session, we have extracted this grok API key. In yesterday's session, we have extracted this grok API key. So to access this API key in our bot.ipynb file, we must write these two lines. Okay. To access this grok API key in our bot.ipynb file, we must write these two lines. Okay. Now, sir, what is this grok API key? Sir, what is this grok API key and how we have extracted this? So I will quickly show you. Yes. So this is the grok.com, GROQ. I will just quickly click on start building. And on the front page, you can clearly see create API key option over here. Okay. You can clearly see the create API key option over here. So you can create the API key, and grok is used to access many of the LLM models. These are all the open source LLM models that we can access. Okay. These are all the open source LLM models that we can access. So grok is used to access the open source LLM models. I hope this much is clear. I hope this much is clear, guys. So I will just create a, I have already created an API key, but you guys will just come to the grok.com and create an API key from here. Okay. And just paste that API key in your .env file. Paste that API key in your .env file. Now with this, from .env, import load underscore .env and load underscore .env. From these two lines, we can access the grok API key from our .env folder. I hope this much is clear. Then we are going to get some kind of chatbot. Okay. So I will write from langchain underscore grok. Okay. This langchain underscore grok is a library through which we can access this grok over here. Okay. This langchain underscore grok is a library through which we can access grok. I'm going to import chat grok. Okay, from langchain underscore grok, I'm going to import chat grok. Chat grok is nothing but a library or something through which we can make a chatbot. Okay, and I will simply write, let's say, I will run this cell first of all. So as you can see, this cell is successfully executed. Now I will write LLM, or let's say bot is equal to chat grok. Bot is equal to chat grok. I will define one model that I want to use. Let's say, as you can see, there are many models in this in this grok, right? There are many open source LLM models in this grok. So which model to use? So I will simply go to docs, and I will simply go to models over here. Just simply go to docs. Okay. Just simply go to docs in this top right corner and come to models over here. And under the models, you can see all the models over here. I hope this much is clear. So let's say if I want to use this OpenAI slash GPT OSS 20 billion model. Okay. So I will just simply copy the model name. I'll just simply copy the model name from here, and I will paste the model over here. Model is equal to, I will paste the model name over here. I hope this much is clear right now. So I have taken the model from ChatGrok, from the Grok website, and I have pasted this model over here. Which model I am going to use? I am going to use OpenAI GPT OSS 20 billion model. So if you guys don't know, this model GPT OSS 20 billion model is open source model. And sir, what is this 20B denotes? So this 20B denotes that this model is trained on 20 billion parameters. So similarly, if I am going to choose a model like, let's say, if you can see this 120B million model, right? So this 120B denotes that this model is trained on 120 billion parameters. Yes, it is totally free to use. Okay, right now you can see I have not paid anything. Okay, this is totally free to use. As you can see, this GPT OSS 120B. This 120B over here denotes that it is trained on 120 billion parameters. This 20B denotes 20 billion parameters. Over here, if you can see any Llama model, it clearly shows 70B, which means it is like on 70 billion parameters it is trained on. We can also use 120 billion model as well. But right now it is like for demo purpose only. So I'm going to use 20 billion model. And over here you can see the metrics as well, like price per token, 1 million tokens, and what is the speed for the model, like rate limits, context windows, max completion, maximum file size, and everything. Don't look at the price per million token, because this price is not right now. You don't have to pay any price right now. It is like when you will go to the subscription level or paid plan, then only you have to pay this price, else everything is free for you. So you can just simply copy the model name and paste the model name over here. Now, sir, what is the second parameter? Second parameter is the API key, the grok API key that is there in my .env file. This API key is also free to extract, so any one of you can extract this. Okay, so I have simply extracted this API key. Now I have to send this API key to my bot over here. Okay, or instead of bot, I am going to call it LLM. Okay, I will simply call it LLM. So I will write API underscore key is equal to os dot get env. I will simply write grok API key. I hope this much is clear. Okay, I will simply run this cell. So what is this os dot get env? This means that like from the word itself, you can say get env, like get from the .env file. What should I get from the .env file? Grok API key. Okay. So as you can see, I have successfully run this cell. So now if I will just print LLM, oh sorry, if I'll just print LLM, you can see chat grok, client grok resources, chat completion and all, and the async client is this. Everything you can see. The model name is OpenAI GPT OSS 20 billion, and this is my secret key. Okay, this is the API key and nothing else. Okay, sir. Sir, how can we access the LLM now? Sir, how can we talk to the chatbot now? So I will simply write LLM dot invoke. The function is used invoke. Let's say I'm writing hello. Okay, I'm writing hello only. I will just simply run this cell, and you can see the AI message content is equal to hello, how can I help you today? Okay, rest of the things are like the metadata and everything, so you don't have to check for everything right now. The important part right now over here is hello, how can I help you today? If you just want to see the content part, you can simply write I will simply store this in a response. Let's say response is equal to llm dot invoke. Now whenever I will print response, I will get this output. Okay, and if I will print response dot content, I will get the plain output. Sir, how are we getting the plain output? Because if I will print response over here, I'll just give me a second. Okay, yes. So if I will print response over here, you can see I'm getting an AI message and a very long message. Okay, but as you can see, the main response, that is hello, how can I assist you today, is under the content portion, right? It is under the content portion. So how can I access this content portion only? Sir, how can I access this content portion only? I will simply write response dot content, and I will simply get hello, how can I assist you today? So this is how we can access the content part only of the LLM. I hope this much is clear, guys. If everything till now is clear, please write clear in the chat. Yes, I am going through the updated version only, so don't worry. If everything till now is clear, write clear in the chat quickly, guys. If everything till now is clear, write clear in the chat, guys, quickly. So how many portions are there and so on. Sorry, how do I identify how many portions are there and so? What? Sorry, but what do you mean by portions? Can you please explain? My fourth cell LLM group error is there in my fourth cell LLM. Okay, first, second, third. Is there any kind of error over here in this cell? Please make sure if you have this .env file or not. Okay. Sir, how do I run this in Python? Like which, like you are talking about any Python IDE or something, Satvik? Okay. So let's quickly move on now. So the next step is, okay, sir, you have taught us like we have three important things for a or agentic AI flow. We have nodes, we have edges, and we have state. Okay, state is used to maintain the memory. Okay, sir. So let's quickly create a state first of all. Okay, sir. How to create a state? So I am going to use import annotated. Sorry, from not directly annotated, from typing. I'm going to import annotated, and the next thing I'm going to import is from typing. I'm going to explain everything, so don't worry. For underscore extensions, I'm going to import from typing extension. I'm going to import the type dict, typed dict, and I'm going to import. Okay, maybe these two are also okay. No, from Langgraph dot graph dot messages. I'm going to import add underscore message. Yes. So these are the things I'm going to import. Okay, cannot import add message from. Okay, sorry, it is add messages, not message. Oh, sorry. Yes. So as you can see, I have imported three things. The first one is annotated, the second one is type dict, and the third one is add messages. Sir, what are these three things? I will explain you. So wait a second. Okay. First of all, I have to create a state, right? So state is nothing but a class. State is nothing but a class. So I'm going to create a class state. Okay. I'm going to create a class state with the function with the parameter type dict. Okay, with the type dict. Okay, sir. So I have created a class with the name state with the parameter type dict. Okay, this denotes the like we will be needing a dictionary type of stuff. Okay. Okay, sir. Under this, I am going to create a variable named messages. Okay, so this is the key, we can say this is the key of the dictionary type, and under the messages the value is annotated list comma add messages. Now sir, what do you mean by this? Many of you must have some confusion. Sir, what do you mean by this actually? So I will quickly tell you what I am going to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to create a list over here. Okay, I am going to create a list. Okay, whenever the first in the beginning, the list will be empty. So whenever the user is going to give a command, let's say the user gave hello. Okay, the user gave hello. So this hello will be inserted to this list. This hello will be inserted to this list. And let's say the AI response is hello there. This is the AI response. So when the AI response comes, this response will also get added to the list. So the second term is hello there now, and we can easily access all of these things in the list with the help of, let's say if I am going to say I want to take this hello there. So how can I say this is the -1 and this is the -2? Am I right? This is the -1 index and this is the -2 index. Like this comes under the basic part of list and everything. So I am going to append all the things in my list. Let's say the user gives another command. Let's say how are you? So now this command will be appended in the list. The list will not be replaced. The list will not become empty. This command will be updated in the list. So the first one was hello. The second one is hello there. And the third one is, I'm writing down it. I'm writing it down. Okay. The third one is how are you? Okay, so this is the third command. Now this one comes at the index -1, this one comes at index -2, and this one comes at index -3. So if we want to access the most recent command, by the user or by AI or something, we can simply access it by using -1. Okay, so this is the same thing I have written over here. Like I am going to create a class first of all. Okay, I am going to create a class, and under the class I am going to keep all the data in dictionary format. Okay, so this is the messages, this is the variable through which I am going to denote my list, we can say. And this, what is this annotated means? Annotated means we are going to make a list. Okay, we are going to make a list, and every time the LLM is called, we are not adding or we are not replacing any kind of word. We are going to append the new line at the end. We are going to append the new line at the end, or new query or new command at the end. We are not going to recreate the list or something. We are keeping that similar list and we are going to append the new line at the end. I hope this much is clear. A little bit is clear because these concepts are not very much easy. Okay, so you must revise everything, and like 1 or 2 times you must go through this video again 1 or 2 times. Then only some things will be clear in your mind, or you can just practice by yourself as well. It will make a lot of sense then. Great, so this much is clear. So what's the next step? So first of all, I have created a state over here which will maintain all the memory, and not the memory actually, but which will maintain the data in all of the nodes. Okay, okay sir. Now what's the next step? So the next step is to actually make the chatbot. Okay sir, how to make the flow now? So I am going to use, the next step is to make the chatbot. Okay, first of all, if everything till now is clear, write clear in the chat quickly, guys. If everything till now is clear, write clear in the chat quickly. Why minus? Where have I used minus? The class will be approximately 15 to 20 minutes more. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so when we are going to access the list, from backward side, so we can easily access it using the -1 index, -2 index, -3 index. So if we want to access it in the forward direction, we can simply access it like 0, 1, 2 and everything. But like let's say if we are going to access the list in forward direction, right? So the last message or the most recent message, the index for the most recent message is always going to update, right? Let's say if we have two messages, this one the first message and this one the second message, and we want to access the most recent message. So we want the index 1 because this will be index 0. But let's say there's one more message over there, and now we want to access the most recent message. So we want to access the message as index 2. But when we are accessing the list in backward direction, we can always access the most recent message with the index -1. We don't need to update our index to 0, 1, 2 or something. We can simply write -1, and that is how we can access the most recent message in the list. That is why we use -1. I hope this is clear now. Okay. So the next thing is how to make the flow. So the first thing I want to import is from Langgraph dot graph. I'm going to import state graph. From Langgraph dot graph, I'm going to import the state graph. Okay. And one more thing I want to import is start, comma, end. So these three things I'm going to import from Langgraph dot graph. Not end, it's end. So I've successfully imported from Langgraph dot graph. I've successfully imported state graph, start and end. Over here, start and end denotes the starting point and ending point of our graph. I hope this much is clear. So now let's quickly make the graph. Okay. Yes. So now let's quickly make the graph. So first of all, I'm going to use a variable graph underscore builder. I'm going to use a variable graph underscore builder, and I'm going to write state graph, and I'm going to give the state under the state graph that hey, I want to create a graph over here with the data as state. Okay, like the data is stored in state, or I'm going to use the state class. Okay. Okay, sir. Then what's the next thing? I want to add a node. Okay. If I want to add a node, I will simply write graph underscore builder dot add underscore node. If I want to add a node, I will simply write dot add underscore node. Let's say I want to add a node of, I want to give the node, let's say I want to add a node chatbot. I'm going to add a node chatbot. Okay. This is the name for my node. Let's say chatbot node. I'm giving the name chatbot node. I will just give the name chatbot. Okay. Sir, what are these two parameters now? Sir, one parameter is chatbot and the second parameter is also chatbot. Sir, what does these two parameters denote? Let's say I'm going to write chatbot node over here. Sir, what are these two parameters? So the first parameter is nothing but the name for my node. Okay. The first parameter is nothing but the name for my node. Okay, sir. Sir, what is this second parameter? Second parameter is the function. Second parameter is the function that my chatbot or that my node is going to perform. Okay, sir. And sir, where is this function defined? Right now, we have not defined this function. We will define it later. So this is how, okay, sorry, I should not run it. It will cause error. Okay, so right now, just ignore this error. Okay, sir. This is how we can simply add a node. Sir, how to add edges now? So to add edges, I'm going to write graph underscore builder dot add underscore edge. Okay, so I will add an edge from start to chatbot. Sir, why chatbot? I will simply just copy this name over here and I will paste it over here. So I have created an edge from from start over here to the chatbot. Okay, what I will do, I will create one more edge over here. I will create one more edge over here, but instead of from the start, I will create it from chatbot. Okay, I will create it from chatbot till end. I'm going to create this edge from chatbot till end. So what I'm going to do over here, what kind of graph I'm going to make? I'm going to make something like, sorry, I'm going to make something like, this is the start point, this is my chatbot, and this is my end. Okay, this chatbot is a node over here, and both of these are my edges. So this chatbot is my node and both of these are my edges. I hope this much is clear. I hope this much is clear. And to end our graph, I want to compile my graph as well. So I will write graph is equal to graph builder dot compile. Okay, I am going to compile my graph as well. So this is how I have simply made my graph over here. This is how I have simply made my automation flow over here. But sir, is this complete? Sir, will this run? I will show you. So as you can see, chatbot node is not defined. Sir, what do you mean by chatbot node? This chatbot node is the function that my chatbot is going to do. It is the function that my chatbot is going to do. So what I can do over here, I will simply create one function with the name def chatbot. Okay, chatbot underscore node. Must make sure that both the name over here and over here is the same. So I've created a node, I've created a function chatbot node. Okay, and I am going to mention the state over here so that it can access all the data in that particular class. And let's say the return type is string. The return type for this function is string. So as you can see, it is also already suggesting me, but I'm not going to make it this much complicated. I will simply return, let's say I am going to return messages, I'm going to return, okay, a list of, sorry, just give me a second, okay, then I will explain what I'm doing. LLM dot invoke state of messages. Great. I will quickly run this. Yes. Sir, what have you done over here? So first of all, I have created a chatbot node. Okay, sir, you have created a chatbot. Okay, I don't need the string return type over here, first of all. So yes. Okay, sir, you have created a chatbot node. Yes. Under this chatbot node, you have used your state so that you can manage all the data and everything. Yes. Then sir, what is this return? So I am returning a dictionary over here. Okay, I am returning a dictionary over here. Under this dictionary, what I am going to do, I am returning a list. Okay, like messages is my key, and under the value, I am returning llm.invoke. Where we have seen this llm.invoke? We have seen this llm.invoke over here. llm.invoke is used to llm.invoke is used to get the message. Okay, send the message to the LLM. Okay, sir. Then, sir, you are using llm.invoke state messages. Sir, what do you mean by this over here? Sir, what do you mean by this over here? So as we already know, sir, what is this messages first of all? What is this messages? So if you guys have observed, under the state part somewhere, yes, I have used messages, right? Under the state part, I've used messages. So messages is the key for my list or for my storage, right? Messages is the key for my storage. So whenever the user will give query, let's say the user is giving some kind of query, right? So this query over here will be sent to my messages list. This is my messages. This query will be sent to my messages list. And how can I access this query? I am going to access this query using llm.invoke, which means I am going to invoke my LLM, and the states of message is the query. The states of messages is my query, the query given by the user. I hope a little bit is clear. Things will not be clear until and unless you will do all this stuff by yourself. Okay. I hope things are a little bit clear now. So this is how I have defined the functionality of my chatbot. This is how I have defined the functionality of my chatbot. So I'll simply run both of these cells and I have created my graph over here. Sir, how to know like what is the flow of my graph and everything? For that, I'm going to use from ipython, okay, from ipython.display. I'm going to import image, comma, display. Then I'm going to use display image graph dot get underscore graph dot draw underscore mermaid. Yes, I hope this is it. Okay, it's giving some kind of error. Output is truncated via scrollable image object. So why is it okay? It is draw mermaid png. Yes. So this is how we have created our chatbot. Okay. So this is this chart. This chart is pointing towards my chatbot node, and my chatbot is directed towards the end. So this is how you can easily print the graph that you have made. Okay, like using the ipython.display, you can easily print the graph that you have made. I hope this much is clear, guys. I hope this much is clear, guys. If everything till now is clear, write clear in the chat quickly, guys. This is the way that you can create your own graph, and you can see like this is the flow of my graph. Great. Then sir, how can we access our graph now? Sir, how can we access our graph? So we can simply access it using, let's say, response is equal to graph. Now I'm going to use graph. Okay, graph dot invoke, and in the graph where I am going to store all the messages, I am going to store all the messages in a dictionary with the key messages, right? I am going to store everything under a dictionary with the key messages. And let's say I want to give the let's say I'm going to say hi. I'm just going to give this message. Okay, so as you can see, this cell successfully run. If I am going to print the response, you can see the response over here, like messages. First the human message was hi. Then there is AI message. The AI message is hello, how can I help you today? Okay, this is how you can see all the messages. Now let's say if you want to just access this AI message, you don't want to see this human message. So what can I do? If I just want to see this human message, I will simply write response messages -1. This is where -1 comes into play. Like I want to access, as you can see, this is a list, right? This is a list. So in this list, this AI message is my last output. This AI message is my last output. So if I will run this, I am going to get the AI message only. And under the AI message, if I want to access this content part only, so I will write dot content. So as you can see, I have simply accessed my content. Let's say instead of hi, let's say I'm going to give what is Python. Okay, let's say I'm going to give this query over here. So it like run the query and it stored the output in response. Now if I will print response, so you can see Python is a high level general purpose programming language and everything. You can see the response over here. So this is how you can make a chatbot easily with the help of Agentic AI, like a proper automated flow. Now in tomorrow's session, we are going to make the project. We will start the work with our project. I hope this much is clear, guys. If you are getting some kind of starting at unknown point, you must import the start and end over here, okay? So that you can make the edge, first edge from, like you can just add the first edge from start comma chatbot, okay? So this is it for today, guys. In the next session, in tomorrow's session, we are going to start with the work with our Agentic AI application, that is the customer bot. We will start the project in tomorrow's session. I hope this much is clear. So this is it for today, guys. If you guys have any kind of query, you can ask me in the chat. Else the attendance link is there in the chat. So quickly just go and fill out the attendance form. What's today's topic? So in today's lecture, we have just studied like how can we make a basic chatbot with the help of agentic AI. Like we have studied how to add nodes, how to add edges, how to maintain the state, and how to create the graph, how to display the graph, how to send the messages and receive the messages and everything. Thanks a lot for joining, guys. Quickly fill out the attendance form. It is there in the chat. In tomorrow's lecture, we will be starting with the work with our project, with the customer care bot. If any one of you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me in the chat. Thank you everyone for joining today's session. Thanks a lot. Quickly fill out the attendance form. It is there in the live chat. So to how I rectify all the error in my VS Code, I have Python ideally. No, PC should I? Yes, you can start from the beginning as well, Satvik. Else you can just simply go. According to me, the error you are facing is because you have not added the Python in your system variables and everything. So please make sure that once. If your Python is not working, so please go on YouTube and check for any kind of video like how to install Python from scratch and everything. Like uh, it is very basic. You just have to do 2 to 3 steps. Yes, if you guys have filled out the attendance form, you can leave. This is it for today. And if you have any doubt, you can ask in the live chat. Else you guys can leave and let's meet tomorrow at 7 o'clock and we'll start with the project. Today's session related any assignment. So yes, you guys can practice to make chatbots, and like if you get a little bit of understanding, you can start with the project as well. The notes will be shared on the WhatsApp community only. Okay, so you must join the WhatsApp community to access the notes. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining today. This is it for today. Let's meet tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Okay. Good night, guys. Thank you.